Hugh Martins. Must have been 5 years ago. But I still remember it as if it were only yesterday. My last mission as Lieutenant of the Military Services for International Control. If it wasn't for Hugh, I wouldn't be here today. It's time to repay the debt. Hugh!
Joshua, it's been a long time.
Too long. What's the score?
Always straight to the point. Okay, terrorists have targeted the Genesis cryogenetic enterprise. Up to now, we haven't been able to stop them.
So, where do I come in?
I figured you could succeed where others have failed. My position as city governor is at risk. Genesis was my major supporter at the last election. And if I don't get results soon, I'll be history.
Okay, so why these attacks on Genesis?
Who knows? There seems no apparent motive. But I think they're attacking Genesis to get at me.
Yeah, you've made some dangerous enemies.
Comes with the territory. Anyway, we infiltrated the terrorists. My top officer, Simon Ruby, went in. His cover as a journalist seems secure, but...
What went wrong?
It's not clear. We've had no contact with him since yesterday, and that's not Simon's style.
You think they got to him?
We don't know. I hope not. We found these in his car.
Traveling light?
It's all we have. Joshua, I'd like you to start at his apartment. See what else you can find.
Let's assume I find these terrorists. What then?
We'll give you a new identity. I'll add your name to the police database. Your cover will be a guy from New Orleans working in the field of integrated security systems. This guy stole some documents from Genesis. With this cover, you should be able to infiltrate the group.
Good. What should I do if I get to them?
Do nothing. Lie low and let me know where you are. At that point, you'll need serious backup. Take this. Use it to contact me when the time is right.
Okay, Hugh. I'll do my best after all. I owe you one. Later. There's nothing very special about it. Leads inside the building. It's the rooftop entrance to the apartment block. There's a door. I should try that. There's been some kind of collision here. One of the bars looks sort of loose. It's no use. It won't budge. The railing surrounds the whole roof. It appears to be made of steel. Simple navigation lights. Parking an air car without them is suicide. Better leave them on in case anyone else decides to park here. Latest model C5, nice and sleek. Pity I haven't time to take it for a spin. Cool. Nice balance. Piece of foil paper. Probably from cigarettes or gum that some louse dropped. Fairly standard model. I much prefer the other. Too heavy. My credits, all in 10s. It's the two-way audio-visual device that Hugh gave me. It's one of Ruby's cards that Hugh gave me. It's one of the objects that Hugh gave me. It's one of the items that Hugh handed to me in the air car. It's a piece of aluminum foil from some cigarettes or gum. Leads out onto the roof where I arrived. It's the tenancy regulations. The usual stuff. Something about kids playing on the roof and people reversing air cars. It's used to call the elevator. Damn, it's not working. Damn, I overdid it. The fuse is blown. The wire between the contacts is burnt out. Okay, done. This should do the trick. It's used to call the elevator. Okay. It's the fire door, probably from the emergency staircase. It's no use. It's locked from the other side. This plastic baby will never need watering. I don't need a plastic plant. Standard numbered letterboxes. Locked. Damn, it's stuck. Jesus, I nearly broke it. I'd better leave it. A map of the structure. There are 8 floors of apartments and a subway entrance in the basement. The map is large and fairly detailed. Looks like the elevator is the only way in. The security system requires a card. Hugh gave me Ruby's.
Which floor, Mr. Ruby?
Great. It thinks I'm Ruby. To my apartment. It's used to call the elevator. Yet more security. It's a magnetic reader, used to open the door to the apartment. Perhaps if I used it correctly, it might work. It says 17, S. Ruby. Okay, this has to be his place. No use trying to force it, it's too strong. It's a magnetic reader, but it's been deactivated. No, it's not working. This apartment appears to be empty, which is very strange in Union. The door is solid, and besides, I'm only interested in Ruby's place. No way through here. Looks like it's some kind of floor maintenance. I can see the subfloor pipes. No point risking injury. There's nothing of interest on the other side. The apartment seems to be vacant. It's empty, but I'm not looking for a place to hang out. There's work to be done. Very handy. 5 credits for a Swiller light beer. Pity it doesn't sell Septemberfest, my favorite. Whoever said that the best things in life are free was sadly mistaken. It's 5 creds for a beer. It's the slot where change is returned. It's empty. Why is it everyone always checks the change return slot? The beer cans come out of here. Nope, there's no way in. It's very secure. Looks like the only option is to pay. This cheap-looking, probably disgusting beer cost me 5 credits. It says 18 M. Robinson. No point in hassling the neighbors. It's Ruby's apartment that I'm interested in. The beer cans come out of here. Nope, there's no way in. My change. A 5 credit coin, for what it's worth. It's the...
Which floor, Mr. Ruby?
Up to the roof. It's one of Ruby's letters returned to sender. It's got a signature on, too. It's one of Ruby's letters returned to sender.
Which floor, Mr. Ruby?
To my apartment. Whoever furnished this place obviously had a sense of humor. It's better left here. Besides, it's not my style. Small, compact, and covered in dust. Ruby obviously didn't watch much TV. Nice tank with loads of tropical fish. Nice to meet at least some intelligent life in Union. I'd better leave them be. It looks almost new. It's very comfortable, but I've got no time to waste. There's something scribbled on here. It might be something important. It says Rotmal, 17, 11:55 p.m. Nice table. Not my style, but it does the job. It's fairly old, but it looks like it's still working. There are no messages on it. I've got no messages or notes to send to anyone right now. This small kitchenette is obviously meant for a bachelor. It's not very clean either. The only thing cooking right now is this plot. Nothing special. It keeps things cold and it works. Sour milk, a steak, and half a bottle of ice-cold vodka. I'll take the vodka. Seems a shame to leave it. Sour milk? You must be kidding. The contents are hardly appetizing. It's a photo of Ruby with an attractive brunette. I've no idea who she is, but if it's not a relative, he's a lucky guy. It's Ruby with a gorgeous brunette. There's nothing of interest here. I'll leave it. There's something at the bottom of the can. It's a subway card. It's a Union Metro subway card. Waste of time. Just a small table with coffee on it. Nah. Leads into another room. It's an empty glass, but it's obviously been used recently. A hint of vodka. Hugh never mentioned Ruby liked the booze. Another plastic masterpiece. What is it with these people? No point talking to it. It's hardly likely to grow or flower. I guess this leads to the bathroom. It's a tiny, uncomfortable bathroom. No time for that. Doesn't look like there's enough space anyhow. Damn, Josh, you look rough. Nah, I've seen enough. A collection of small bottles, nothing more. No use to me. Closed window, nothing of note. A breathtaking view of a gray and dismal alleyway. Raises the shutter. It's already up, won't go any further. Lowers the shutter. The roller shutter is down. It won't budge. Perhaps if I use the switch, I could move it. There's a piece of sticky tape near the top of the shutter. Cool, a small key was hidden under the tape. It's the key that was hidden on the shutter behind the window. A cheap print. I've seen it 1,000 times before. Damn, nothing hidden behind it. But I guess that would be too obvious. It's a small cabinet with 3 drawers. Socks, vests, boxer shorts, the usual stuff, nothing interesting. Not much bigger than a camp bed. If I was tired, I think I'd prefer the sofa. Just a few drab clothes, nothing more of note. Old books and bits and pieces, nothing of interest. It's coming away from the wall, but I'm not here on any DIY mercy mission. A built-in wardrobe with a sliding door. I'm no fashion guru, and neither was Ruby. Ruby was certainly cautious. There's a safe hidden here. It's a household safe built into the wall. It's locked. An old revolver and a tube containing some kind of liquid. It's the copy of a report that Ruby sent Hugh yesterday morning. Thanks to his cover as a journalist, he's managed to make contact with the suspects. But as yet, he hasn't discovered anything more. He's sure he's found the right people. Ruby thinks that there's much more to this than basic terrorism. The suspects seem to be controlled by some greater power. It isn't clear where their HQ is, but it sounds like some deserted underground tunnel. Shame he went missing before he could find out more. There's a forensic report on the liquid in the tube, and it appears to be a powerful synthesized acid, probably the same one used to corrode the lab's metal locks during the last terrorist attack. Ruby was due to meet them at 11:30 last night, but it doesn't say where. He also mentions a wristwatch fitted with a hidden microphone, which he'd surely have used if he'd gotten into their base. Something here doesn't quite add up. Hugh's got to get me more information. It's an old pistol with just the one bullet in its chamber. It's a tube of synthesized acid that Ruby stole from the terrorists. It's a copy of the last report that Ruby sent to Hugh Martins. It's not time to call Hugh yet, maybe later.
Which floor, Mr. Ruby?
Down to the subway. Trash TV. I've no time to waste watching that junk. This is used to call the elevator. They don't look very comfortable. I don't intend waiting around. It looks like he's guarding the escalator.
Hey! You can't get out that way! There's a bomb alert! A suspect device has been found near the station exit. Until the anti-terrorist police give the all-clear, they've made it a no-go area.
Is it a terrorist attack?
What do I look like? Some kind of news service? Beat it!
It looks like he's guarding the escalator. The cop won't let me pass. That's the way out to the street. The cop won't let me... It's the machine used to obtain a subway ticket. One station is Rot Mile 17 mentioned on Ruby's note. Perhaps I should check it out.
Welcome to Union Metro. Please state your destination.
Rot Mile 17.
Rot Mile 17 confirmed. Please insert 5 credits. Payment confirmed. Please place your thumb on the scanner. Thank you. Subway access expires at midnight. For access to the platforms, place your thumb on the scanners located by the access gates. Union Metro wishes you a pleasant journey.
Just rubbish. No point filling my pockets with that trash. I haven't got time. Only adverts selling some mindless mass-produced crap. I'd turn them off if I could reach. Just an overturned trash can. It's empty. It's the exit from the subway. I can get to the platforms from here. It's an exit from the subway. It's a part of the Union Metro ticketing system. Access to the platforms is from here. Typical subway graffiti. Cool, but not award-winning. There are some numbers stamped on this ripped piece of plastic. It's a piece of plastic that's obviously broken off from something. There's some numbers on it. It's been completely trashed. Unusable. He must be crazy playing with that old skate all day.
Hey, buddy, you got any booze?
Typical. Hey, pal. Christmas has come early.
Thanks, buddy. I ain't got much to offer, but you're welcome to it.
Still thirsty? How about this?
You just saved my life, buddy. If there's anything I can do for you, just name it.
Have you seen this man recently?
Yeah, I saw that guy yesterday. He left the station with another dame. Not the one in the photo.
Any idea who she was?
Ain't got a clue what she's called. But I do know she runs a club, the Free Climax.
Okay, thanks for the information.
Listen, bud, I'm kinda low on funds right now. I ain't got much to sell, but you can have my skate for 10. Come on, bud, help me out here. It's a snap.
Today is your lucky day, pal. Here's 10 credits.
Thanks, buddy. I'll put this to good use.
I can't believe I paid that bum 10 creds for this heap of crap. He's asleep. I'll leave him be. An old public telephone. I've got no one I need to call. It stinks. I guess the bum lives in it. You must be kidding. A public fax. It looks in working order, even though some jerk has ripped off the identification plate. It matches perfectly. The ID number for this fax is PK64768. That's the way out to the street. Fine statues and decor, but the main entrance is closed. Looks like it's been shut for a while. There's no way in. Got no time to waste watching that trash. Jesus, he's big. Better not ruffle his feathers. Is this the way in?
Sorry, sir. It's members only.
No way I can get in?
You kidding? No card, no entry.
Thanks for nothing. I'd better drop it. There's no way I'm getting in without a membership card. It's the entrance into the joint. No good. The goon on the door is in the way. Hot stuff. No wonder this joint is popular. I shouldn't waste time watching this stuff. It's the door to the liquor store.
Mildred, I refuse to argue anymore. It's completely stupid.
But Jacob, please!
Enough already! There's nothing down there!
But I heard them, Jacob! Rats! Rats, I tell you! I don't want to go down there again, especially on my own.
There are no rats, Mildred. I was down there myself only 10 minutes ago. We've had the rat catchers out 3 times now, and they couldn't find any. Now please, go down and bring me what I've asked you for.
But Jacob,
But Jacob, nothing. What am I supposed to tell Miss Thompson? That new cocktail isn't ready because of some invisible rats? Don't you realize how stupid this will make me look? I can't let Miss Thompson down. For the last time, please, bring me what I've asked you for.
Look, Jacob, you'll be responsible if anything happens to me.
Yes, all right, Mildred. Whatever you say.
The benefits of being single. Mind if I take a look around?
Please do, but don't touch anything. I'm just preparing a very special cocktail for a very special customer. And if that's not enough, my wife is driving me crazy with stupid rat stories. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have things to do.
A barrel of wine. It's full. Obviously not selling too well. In the display are bottles of fine liquor for all tastes, even mine. Better not. The store is well stocked with a fine array of wines, cocktails, and spirits. The storekeeper asked me not to touch anything. Better do as he says. He's obviously hot with the old shaker. I wouldn't dream of taking his pride and joy. Besides, they look cheap. Quality counter, all right. It must be the door that leads to the basement. Incredible, an in-store still. It's fermenting away, better leave it be. Excellent, it's a membership card for the free Climax joint. I could ask the storekeeper about it. He's working on some weird concoction. Cool store. I'd like to get something special for a friend. Anything you can recommend?
We have a wide choice, but I can't help you. It is illegal to sell alcohol in this city after 8.
So what are people supposed to do? Die of thirst?
There are plenty of other places to get a drink. Why not take your friend to the free Climax? It's right outside. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got things...
What cocktail are you making? It looks lethal.
It is. It's for the owner of the Free Climax Club. Special order.
Do you know the owner of the free Climax?
Of course. Eva Thompson. She's one of my most important customers.
What's her club like?
It's very exclusive. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got things to do.
I notice you have a membership card for the free Climax Club. Want to sell it?
Are you crazy? It's a lifetime membership. And it cost me a fortune. It's just a shame that I never get the chance to use it.
That's a pity. I'd really like to get in there. You sure you don't want to sell it?
No. Now, as you can see, I've got a lot to do, and I don't have time to argue. But perhaps, if you bring me a bottle of magnificent Chateau Lafite 85, then I might consider a swap for the car.
There's no way to get to it from here. They close off the alleyway. They seem easy to climb over. Just rubbish. No point picking it up. Too high to jump over. I can't climb it. The wood is rotten. Thought so. The metal cover bears the emblem of the Union Metro subway system. I can't get a grip on it, it's heavy. I need something to lever it up. There's a rat behind the hole. I can't reach it and there's no way through. It's full of foul garbage. There's no point searching through it. It's closed. It appears to be a back door into the store's basement. It's a strong padlock. I can't force it, it's too strong. Cool. The acid has corroded the joint. There's a small staircase going down under the liquor store. There's a small stair...
These bottles sure are dusty.
Damn. I can't go in there while she's hanging around. No, I can't risk it. Better retreat to the alley before she spots me. Okay, that's done it. But I used the last of the acid. It's about 60 centimeters of steel. I'm sure this will be useful. A ladder leads down into the dark. It's making strange noises. There's nothing I can do with it. It's a metal ladder. It should be able to take my weight. Just a dimly lit service lamp. Better leave it on. It's dark enough as it is. It's a dead rat. Looks sort of fresh. Disgusting. I have an idea it might actually be useful. At least no one can see me doing this. Get your skates on, rat. I can see the Rot Mile 17 platforms down below. I can't get past just yet. I'll disturb the workmen below.
Why is it always me having to come down here?
Jeez, it worked. Ah, this looks interesting. It's got an old coat of arms on it. A fine old bottle. Chateau Lafitte 85. Incredible that a bottle of this still exists to this day. Just an empty keg. Someone beat me to it. It's empty. Tanks, presumably full of beer. An old wooden stool. It's full of bottles, but nothing of interest. I don't think I need this. I'm no connoisseur, but it looks fairly ordinary. Nothing interesting here, and I've no time for a tasting session. That must be the door up to the liquor store. I'd better not. Something is aging nicely in there.
Good evening. Union Metro and possible terrorist attack. Downtown tonight, an incident which police describe as serious has resulted in temporary suspension of services on Union Metro lines 15 and 17. A police statement revealed that the problem was due to a derailment, which fortunately appears not to have involved any casualties. It is not known at this point whether this is an isolated incident or the latest in the series of terrorist attacks plaguing the metropolis. Union Metro says that it hopes to restore services to lines 15 and 17 as soon as possible. This is Katrina LeBlanc, MNet News, Union.
Damn. Guess I'm stuck here for a while.
Ah, it's you again. Look around if you want to, but don't disturb me. I've got a lot to do. I don't believe it. Chateau Lafitte 85.
Of course.
Where on earth did you manage to find it in this city?
That's my business. Now, the membership card?
Amazing! I really thought that I had the only bottle in Union, but my word is my bond. The card is yours.
Thanks. See you around. It's a membership card for the Free Climax Club. Hi, here's my card. Satisfied?
Yeah, we're not open yet, but I don't suppose there's any harm in you going in now.
Hey, we're not open yet. You shouldn't be in here.
I'm looking for a friend of mine.
The club fills up around midnight. Maybe you'll find him then. Anyway, who are you?
Now's the time to see if Hugh's cover works. Joshua Reeve.
Well, Mr. Reeve, how come I haven't seen you before?
I just got into town.
Business or pleasure?
Business. Integrated security systems. I'll spare you the details.
What's the name of this friend you're looking for?
Ruby. Simon Ruby. Mean anything to you?
No, nothing.
She's lying. You sure?
Sure. Never heard of him.
Well, you seem a little edgy. The way you're playing with your necklace. What is it? A religious icon?
This? Oh no, not at all. It's just a keepsake.
A keepsake?
It's a memento of the inauguration of the Union Zoo. My father worked there when I was a child. It reminds me of happier days.
Any chance of a tour of the zoo? Maybe I can mix business with pleasure.
Sorry, the zoo was never a great success. It was shut down some time ago. The way into it was along the old subway line. When it fell into disuse, the zoo followed the same fate. Look, I've wasted enough time already. I've got things to attend to before the club opens.
You sure you haven't seen Simon Ruby?
Look, I told you, I can't help you.
Okay, but perhaps you know someone who can.
Like who?
That's just the problem. I don't know who they are. Simon told me he was meeting some people yesterday, but he didn't say who. I've not heard from him since. I'm sure they could help.
Help you in what way?
Here goes. Make or break time. I think the people he was meeting are connected to the group who are attacking Genesis. And if so, I'd like a piece of the action. I have my own score to settle with Genesis.
Look, I don't know who you are, or your friend, Mr. Ruby. I can't help you. But a word of warning, Mr. Reeve. Don't get involved. This Genesis situation is bigger than you think.
I'll drop by later. But if you see Simon Ruby in the meantime, mention my name.
Very well, Mr. Reeve. I'll ask around, but don't expect too much.
Thanks. Cool. I think she'll check me out. Certainly enough for a party. This must be Eva Thompson, the woman that the bum saw with Ruby last night. He never mentioned she was quite a doll. Spotless, there isn't a trace of dust. Nice photography. They've closed everything here. I can't use the subway anymore.
Joshua, are you alone?
Yeah, Hugh, I need your help.
What can I do?
I've made contact with Eva Thompson. She runs a joint called the Free Climax.
Free Climax? Where is it?
South Central, near Rot Mall 17 subway station. I've reason to believe that she was with Ruby yesterday, and she's involved somehow.
Good start, Joshua. Maybe it's the lead we've been looking for.
She's denied knowing Ruby, but she's lying, of course. I'm sure she's checking me out right now. I used my cover to persuade her to put me in touch with the terrorists, and I think something's about to happen. It's just a matter of time.
Good. Can I do anything to help you in the meantime?
Everything seems to point to the subway. Ruby's stuff mentioned a deserted tunnel, and Eva spoke of a deserted zoo. I have an idea that maybe that's where I should be. Can you send me a map of the subway system?
No problem. Have you got a fax number?
Hugh, try PK64768.
Okay, give me a few seconds. Right, it's on its way.
Thanks.
No problem, Joshua. Be careful out.
It must be the map I asked Hugh for. It seems that near here there's an old passageway that leads to the deserted zoo. Now I must find a way to reach it. It's the map of the subway that Hugh faxed me. According to the map, the zoo should be along the passageway, but I need to find a way to get over to the opposite side. This is where I came in. The pipe is fixed to the tunnel ceiling. It's a long metal chain. It weighs too much. It seems every available space is used for advertising these days. I'm not taking any notice. It's a metal logo on the advertisement board. It's a solid-looking letter S. It's screwed to the board. I can't get it off with my bare hands. It leads to a maintenance room of sorts. Unfortunately, the padlock is too strong to break. No excuse for the workers not to wash, I guess. It could do with a wash itself. Just ordinary benches, not built for comfort, it seems. Just a standard cabinet, pretty dirty. There's nothing of interest here. A rusty old cabinet. Nice babe. There's a bag in here. It's a workman's tool bag. Leads, a screwdriver, and a socket spanner. I've emptied the bag. I wonder what's behind there. This door isn't shown on the map. To open the door, I need to turn the hasp. I've got to turn this to open the door, but it seems seized up. It's no good. It won't turn. It seems to be seized up. This one is almost rotting at the hinges. I've seen better, but I've also seen a hell of a lot worse. Nah, it's not that special. I'll leave it. It's small and rusty. They're insulated copper leads. It's a strong screwdriver with an insulated handle. There's just something about this poster. It's a socket spanner. It's a rusty old key. Now the chain has a makeshift hook. There are no trains running right now, but service might be resumed soon. There might well be no trains, but there's still 100,000 volts in the lines. I'm not risking it. The exit is barred due to the subway being closed. There's no way through. According to the map, this is the passageway that leads to the zoo. The high voltage current leads into this box. Nah, far too dangerous to mess around with. It's a concealed control panel. It's locked and needs some sort of key. It's a magnetic reader. I think it's to deactivate the field. Nothing happened. I think I need a card to do it. The magnetic field is blocking the entrance to the zoo. Too risky. I'm not frying tonight. It doesn't fit. This switch turns the electric current on. When the lever is lowered, current is passed through the contacts. Right, let's fry this sucker. The short burnt the contacts in the panel casing. They're all twisted and melted. They're beyond repair. It's useless now. Damn, the roof has collapsed. I need to get to the other platform to get to the zoo. It's dusty, and obviously been out of action for a while. No point, it'll never work. Another bad design of yesteryear, uncomfortable and covered in dust. Even if I was tired, the floor would be a more comfortable option. It's an old loudspeaker, one of the electromagnetic kind. I can't quite reach it. Geez, it's years since I've seen anything like this. Must be worth something. No good. It's out of service and I can't prise it from the wall. It's what's left of the loudspeaker when it broke. It's still lit up but doesn't appear to be working. Not surprising after all this time. No use. It's not in working order. It's of no use to me. It's the magnet from the loudspeaker I bust. Just an overturned trash can. It's not important. They're uncomfortable and covered in dust. Rusty old pliers, although they seem in working order. It's dusty and rotten. Nothing of interest. There's a hidden passageway leading down. The embankment stops just beyond these barriers. More garbage. It was obviously ruined when the ceiling collapsed. Rusty and full of junk. This line can't have been used for years. There's no way through. I can't go that way. Parts of the roof and other stuff which has fallen on the track. It looks unstable. I don't want to climb over there. It was obviously ruined when the ceiling collapsed. Nothing, they're not working. I guess they're broken. The stairs are in a state of disrepair. I'd better be careful. The stairs are in a... It's hanging down on a cable. It's almost dropped to the floor. I can't pull it off. The cable is too thick. It's steel and firmly attached to the ceiling. I wonder what happened to all the animals. A plastic plant. At least it stood the test of time. I'm not about to start collecting artificial plants. It's the entrance to the ticket office. Nothing of interest. It's dusty and covered with dirt, but there's nothing interesting through it. Hey, there's a young kid up there. I gotta get up and talk to him. The warning light for the magnetic field is off. The field is now deactivated. This locks the machinery closed. It's closed already. Perhaps I should use the panel. It's a control panel for the machine. hope I didn't waste the kid. It's a control panel for the machine. The short circuit has wasted the controls. A rusty old sluice. The water looks foul and it stinks. I'm not swimming in there. Some kind of strange fluid is leaking from here and polluting the pond. I'd better not mess with it. God knows what it is. Thank the stars it's only a robot that's seen better days. Nope, no time to fashion any handbags today. Maybe he needs my help. I should try and find a way to reach him. It's full of electronic components. Nothing I can use from here. Probably about the worst looking drapes I've ever seen. Behind the curtain is where they stored their junk. There's no room to get inside. Besides, I can see most of it from here. An old broom with a broken handle. Behind the curtain is It contains some sort of flammable gas. It says to keep it away from bright light and heat. Potentially very dangerous. They even thought to decorate the TV in the style of the room. It's bust. It's empty. It's not my day. It's nailed to the floor. Standard bar table, I guess. It says on the label, keep away from sources of heat. Highly explosive gas. It's an empty beer can. The zoo was really up on technology. This terminal must have been the source of useful info about the place. Pity it's not working. It might have had a map of the zoo. I imagine that this place was packed when the zoo was open. There's still some oil in this can. Pity there's no bar service these days. I might have known there'd be a cactus somewhere in this place. It's a warning light for the magnetic field. The field is activated. There are no buttons or anything. Nothing I can do from here to shut it down. The magnetic field is to prevent visitors from getting onto the exhibit. It's no good. I can't get through. The Well of Knowledge, Union Zoo's bookstore. Well stocked, or is it just that few people ever bought any books? It's no use. It's reinforced. It's no use. It's reinforced. It's flashing. The electromagnetic barrier is on. Shame. This mechanical creature is out of action. Truly spectacular. No good. I'd only risk injury. Truly spectacular. The amazing Sphinx of Giza, an imposing mystical statue.
Welcome to Union Zoo's Egyptology exhibition. This magnificent structure is a reconstruction of the mystical Sphinx of Giza, situated in Cairo's archaeological area. As well as this magnificent structure, at the original site, one can also visit the incredible pyramids of Cheops, Khepra.
Warning. Technical malfunction in command file. Replace damaged file. Control room access code follows. Use graphic wheels according to standard procedure. Today's code. Under the supreme eye of the Father of the Gods sits the solar protector of all men, to the right of he who delights in the eternal becoming of his being.
Well, at least there appears to be a control room somewhere. I just need to crack the access code. I know this. It's the Egyptian god Anubis. The flashing light means the barrier is active. I can't close it down. There are no buttons on the sign. The barrier that prevents visitors getting onto the exhibits. I can't get past. Okay, done. I've managed to magnetize the bar. I haven't got much. I'd better not waste it. The can is empty now. The filament is wasted. The bulb is trash. Takes a fairly standard light bulb. It's empty. There's a hidden passageway down here. The pipes are obviously carrying something, but I'm not sure what. The box is hot to touch. It's vibrating slightly, but nothing happened. It's shut tight, but I can see another passageway beyond it. Hey, there's another passageway behind here. Pretty convincing, but probably plastic all the same. Here's a section on goddesses, particularly Kali and the other Indian gods. More books on extinct animals such as lions and tigers. This section is on snakes. I hate snakes. Interesting. This section has books on Egyptology and Egyptian gods. This looks very interesting. Books on the evolution of plant life according to man. Strange that all the plants around here are plastic. The section on architecture. From the pyramids onwards. How boring. Your choice, buddy. Nah, leave him to it. This was probably the cash desk. A reading light. I've taken the bulb. This bulb is in working order. This bulb is gone. Very nice. I've always wanted one like that. Pity there's nothing of interest or use inside. I hate snakes. It's locked tight. Another extinct species. A map of the world. Pity it's not a map of the zoo. Cool. Pity they're extinct. Too many rich people that wanted coats, I guess. A whole section on the Jurassic period. Religion? Strange subject matter for a zoo. A section on birds, but not the type of birds I prefer to admire. Very odd. A well inside the store itself. The light switch. I'm not quite sure what this is for. It's broken. I can't use it. Sounds like there's liquid running through the pipes. Looks like they were once full of paint. Nah, no use to me. Fairly ordinary looking sink, hasn't been used for a while. One of those universal types. It adapts most plugs to most sockets. Covered in rust and cobwebs. There's nothing of interest in it. It's a universal type. It adapts most plugs to most sockets. The Jackal of Asiut, a divine animal figure, patron and protector of the necropolis of Sakaris, portrayed as a woman of the solar disk, bearing a circle of light, goddess of heaven. Often painted on sarcophagi, this minor goddess of the heavenly vault spreads protective wings over the mummy. A solar god, often depicted as a falcon, he is assigned the role of protector from all sickness that afflicts mankind. Portrayed as a woman with a cat's head, goddess of feminine fertility, grotesque god portrayed in the act of entertaining women in labor with music and dance. Above all, he fosters sleep. Seen in the act of leaning forward from the branches of a tree, pouring water over the tomb of a dead person, goddess of mercy, goddess of the Nile and its might, often portrayed mounted on Anat, the horse totem adored by the masses. Portrayed as a sacred winged scarab beetle, he was the image of a god always becoming in his continuous cycle of dying then rising again. God of the space between heaven and earth. Ra is the sun god and head of all Egyptian gods. He is often depicted as a man with a hawk's head. Attributed to be the wife of Osiris, goddess of harvests and vegetation. The button must be pressed after forming a combination of the symbols. I got that combination correct! Everything appears to be switched off. Everything is switched off. Nothing happened. I can see the goddess Kali on the monitor screen. The button seems to be a simple two-state switch. It all seems switched off. Illegible handwriting. Just some scribble. I don't think it's important. The Sphinx is on the monitor. The button seems to be a simple two-state switch. Everything is switched off. This monitor is not working. It's off. The button seems to be a dismantled mechanical lion. Interesting biology lesson. I don't think I'm up to repairing it. It's a microwave gun. It's almost out of charge. A nice jacket, but I'm not on a fashion parade. I don't need it. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. Color of the button has changed. It all seems switched. The color of the button. Color of the button has changed. The flashing light has stopped, indicating that the electromagnetic barrier has ceased operation. It's a long drop down there. It's a very narrow, creaky rope bridge. Damn, mechanical or not, that's a pretty good deterrent. A fierce-looking robotic dinosaur. Those teeth look real. I'm not tackling it with my bare hands. Okay, I wasted the critter, but I used all the charge in the gun. As usual, artificial plants. Well, they certainly went to town with all the detail in this place, not to mention expense. It's a very narrow, creaky old rope bridge. A strange key with the same electronics cell. There's nothing interesting inside. It's full of garbage. Nothing of interest here. This must be where they made and repaired the exhibits. It could burn brightly. Bits of synthetic dinosaur skin. Very convincing. No use to me. Luckily for me, they hadn't finished making this dinosaur. It's got no charge and is unusable. It's odd that the fire is still burning after so many years. Nice work, but I bet it's plastic. I'll probably knock it over. I hate snakes. I hate... It's a perfect reproduction of the goddess Kali. I can't believe it. It's also made out of plastic. Artificial plants. Plastic as you'd expect. There's a faucet hidden behind here. A small, non-plastic brass faucet. Nothing apart from a nozzle and a fuel regulator. A small pool of fuel is welled inside. I'd better not drink it. Okay, I've poured all the fuel into the tank. Damn! The minicom is busted. It's just spitting sparks now. It's all busted up. The sluice stinks. No way. I've got absolutely no intention of exploring the sewers. Amazing. It was completely hidden before. It's one of the zoo's robotic creatures that's seen better days. He's out cold, nothing serious. He had a remote control on him, I'll take that. It's full of electrical components. It's a Zame Electronics gadget. Cool. This must be the controls for those large mechanical pincers. wonderful, but they're of no use to me right now. There's a label on the crate. King of Jokes. I found a set of telescopic pincers. It looks like there's something else in here. Empty containers. I'm not sure what they contained. Large cans. I bet these make some noise when knocked together. Empty. Nothing of any use. They're empty. Looks very powerful. This must be the controls for those large mechanical pincers. Great. Pity they're of no use to me at the moment. Very imposing. No good. I can't get out that way. It's some kind of control panel. I can't open it. It goes up into the ceiling structure. I think it's the controls for the trapdoor. Some kind of fire detection sensor. It's very strong. Looks like it's some sort of fire detection sensor. It's no use. I can't move it. It's open now. I can get out onto the roof. No point. It's already open. This must lead out onto the roof. Damn! It's automatic. It's closed again. Damn! It's automatic. The lock on the trap door. It looks just about bomb-proof. No good. It'll take something special to break it. It's a hose pipe with a bronze anti-splash nozzle. A large rusty faucet. It's completely dry. It's solid and barred. I've no idea why anyone would want to break in, though. There's no point trying to get through here. Looks like a maintenance building. It's closed, but it doesn't appear very secure. No good. Perhaps I can lever it with something. A big crumbling machine. It's obviously seen better days. Operating temperatures and generator checks. Nothing of real interest. I don't need these documents. This contains hydrogen. This contains oxygen. The window is barred. Shame they didn't pay more attention to security on the door. God knows where this takes the gas. Part of the pipe is flexible. It's the valve that controls the gas outlet. It's a meter showing how much gas is in the cylinders. They look almost empty. A faucet used to regulate and mix the gases. No point, the mix seems fine anyhow. The gas is off. Okay, done it. Okay, I can bend and twist the pipe. The pipe may have a use, but not for this. The pipe is now attached to the cylinder.
Damn it! That damn alarm again! I thought Morgan had fixed it. Don't know what's the matter with the freaking thing. Okay, gotcha. Seems fine now. Morgan had better not be fiddling with me.
Interesting. There's a secret passageway in the warehouse. Just the one. Never know when someone might need a light. The workman forgot to close it. Now contains the electrical contact points. It's the switch for the alarm system. It's no use. I can't open it with my bare hands. This is the positive. This is the Earth. This is the negative. There's obviously a strong current through this point. This is the earthing point for the chassis. It's the switch for the alarm system. I can't risk removing it. The alarm could go off. It's no use. It's welded. If I remove it, the alarm might go off. I'd better not touch it. I don't want to attract attention. I can't risk removing it. Better not. If I remove it, the alarm may sound. If I remove it, the alarm might go off. There. By flicking the switch, an electrical current will go to the panel. One of the terrorists has locked it. I can't open it. Cool. A hologram projector. It's a hologram projector. The label says, "Scare your friends with the monster of the lagoon." Sounds cool. Cool. Now I've got a ready-to-use torch.
I don't believe it. That freaking alarm again.
You gotta admit, Jules, your security system is your greatest triumph.
Quit the wisecracks, Morgan. I'm not in the mood. Your stupid games are beginning to tire me. I know this is your doing. Another of your pathetic jokes. So go and switch it off.
Look, it's not me. Whatever. But as soon as I've turned it off, I'm going down to the zoo. I'd rather spend some time with Dave. At least he hasn't got a stupid chip on his shoulder.
He's out cold. He didn't have anything interesting on him. Just dust. There's nothing of interest here. Standard power socket. Okay, done. Just empty containers. Okay, done.
Jesus. What's happening? What? Not another of that wise-ass Morgan's jokes. I've had it. I'll disconnect the projector and go and teach that geek a lesson.
He's out cold. Should give me enough time to do what I have to. Well, well, a laser gun and a small key. It's closed. I can't open it. Nah, that wouldn't work. Nah, that... It must form some part of the security system, although it hasn't been very effective. It seems quite comfortable. There's nothing hidden behind it. Seems to be running some sort of programming software. Nah, I've no time for that. A local rag from a few days ago. Damn, it's a shame the minicom got busted. I think I'm near the terrorist base. It's a retina scanner. Obviously part of the security system. Solid. Probably armor-plated. I can see into the other room through this. There's a guy talking to someone. There's also some sort of computer terminal. No, there's people talking on the other side. Strange place to find a piece of art. A piece of paper with some odd stuff on it. It's the sheet that I found behind the picture. There's a sketch on it. Solid. Possibly armor-plated. And I can see into the other room through this. The room is empty. Some sort of retina scanner. Only odd bits and pieces. Nothing of any use. Just a large box, nothing special. It's empty. It's a small drawer, it's locked. Good. A security card. Now I have a security card. It's a security system card. There's an email open on the screen. It's from a few days ago. The computer is still on. There's an open email on the screen. It's a report by some Marcus Sanders concerning a guy called Vizel Moreau. Sanders states he's verified without a doubt that Moreau and Genesis have been linked through the intervention of Martins, for whom Moreau has created a virtual environment. Marcus also states that he's discovered that Moreau's built his own hideout in a private virtual environment which looks like a dark, grotesque horror amusement park. Marcus came across facts which would seem to indicate that Moreau and Genesis were in it together, working on virtual sensory technology, known as the VST Project. VST Project? Never heard of it. Marcus maintains that the project in question is the work of Moreau, who had to turn to Genesis to fund the project or else cease his experiments. It appears that Marcus lost track of Moreau, who hasn't been found for weeks. Marcus is convinced that it's imperative to shed light on Martins' involvement in all this, and in finding Martins is his guess that Moreau would be nearby. But just how the hell does Hugh figure in all this? There's been no talk about this Moreau guy or any VST project. I wonder if Hugh's been straight with me. It's no good. I need to insert a security card. It's one of the security system's push buttons. Looks more like it was for a butcher rather than a doctor. No thanks, I prefer my jacket. Small cabinet. It's empty. Looks like the wall might move. It's some kind of sliding partition. No use. I need to find a switch. It's a monitoring panel. Jesus, Ruby. Gunned down like street filth. Hugh was right to think he'd been taken out. I guess this means my own cover is blown. I'll need to get my skates on or I'll be in the next bed to Ruby. It's a small compartment. Stethoscope, syringe, might come in useful. Wait a minute, what's this? It's a medical report on Ruby. Jesus, he isn't dead. He's alive. What the hell have they been doing to him? 2 hours following the trauma, his condition deteriorated. And he slipped into a deep, irreversible coma. a vegetative state.
Damn.
They extracted a bullet from his left lung, but the extent of the damage is meant a 45% loss of respiratory capacity. His cardiovascular system is severely damaged too. They've been monitoring him since the shooting. He doesn't look good. I don't understand. The terrorists shot him. Why the hell are they trying to save him? He's at death's door. The bastards shot him. I gotta make sure I'm not next. Standard surgical couch. They always make me feel nervous. There's nothing special about it. I can't risk it. Besides, there's someone in the room beyond.
You're wrong, Eva. Everything's going to the dogs. Yesterday's encounter has brought us to our knees, and this place is anything but safe.
I'd be prepared to surrender, Al.
Hey, wait a minute. That's Eva Thompson's voice. The broad from the Free Climax joint.
If we can just get a hold of those documents.
I'd like to know how Martin's henchmen managed to find us.
Forget that now. We must continue on from where Sanders left off. Looking for something in that damned cyber park.
Our numbers are diminishing, and after what happened to Sanders, no one's keen to volunteer to go in there. If only that guy who contacted you at the club hadn't disappeared. You should have tried to persuade him to help us out.
I couldn't work out what his purpose was. He was quite vague. Besides, I only spoke to him for a few minutes. When he left the club, I called the bouncer and asked him to shadow him. But he'd already disappeared.
Good. They're looking for me. My cover's still intact. It almost seems as though they're the victims, not the cause. Hugh also neglected to tell me about this or any attack on the terrorist base. Looks like I've got no option. Let's hope Lady Luck's on my side.
Hey, hold it right there. Twitching your dead meat, punk.
Al, relax. Put the gun down. It's the guy from my club, the one I told you about.
Hey, easy. I hope I haven't interrupted anything.
How'd you find us? And how did you get in? Jules and Morgan should have stopped you.
Let's just say they became genuinely alarmed, and besides, I didn't know you'd be here.
What are you doing here? Eva told me all about you.
Perhaps what Eva didn't tell you is that I'm looking for an old friend. But from what I've just seen, it seems I've arrived a little late.
I'm sorry about Simon, Joshua, but he wasn't the only one.
Stow the apologies, Eva. I want to know what our friend's intentions are.
Nothing much to say. Genesis have been after my ass for months now, and I'm tired of running.
We should give him a chance, Al. We need all the help we can get after the attack.
Look, I don't know you from squat, and I like you even less. But Eva is seldom wrong about people. I trust her judgment. We need friends right now, but I'm watching your every move. We've spent too long, worked too hard to risk blowing this now.
Sure, we're after the same thing. We're in the same boat. There's a friend of mine half dead back there. How about explaining that for starters?
Look, Ruby was assigned to investigate us by his newspaper, and by a stroke of luck, he managed to find us.
It was vital for us to have a link with the media, so we could expose Genesis. But yesterday's attack screwed everything up.
What attack was this?
Our main HQ was hit last night and all our equipment was wasted. It's put us back months. Not to mention losing some good friends dedicated to the cause.
3 of our best men lost their lives. Simon's at death's door, and Marcus Sanders, our cyberspace expert, the guy who got us most of our leads, died during transition.
If your main base was destroyed, where are we now?
This is Morgan's warehouse. We only use it in case of emergency, which is a relief. I hate the place.
Any clue who attacked you yesterday?
Probably Martin's men. The results were devastating.
Ruby was with us when they burst in, and he took a bullet that was meant for me.
We fled in order to salvage what we could. We thought Ruby might make it, so we brought him here. A medical friend of ours tried to save him, but his condition is worsening.
Who was Marcus Sanders?
Marcus was with us right from the start. He was investigating Moreau and his VST project. But he was killed while he was connected to cyberspace.
Who was Moreau?
He's an architect of virtual environments developed in cyberspace. From what we've discovered, Martin's was one of his first customers. And probably he was the catalyst between Genesis and Moreau.
Vincel Moreau would seem to be the creator of the VST project, which is why he was looking for backers.
And he found them in Genesis, right?
Yes, but what happened afterwards is a mystery.
Some weeks ago, a charred, unidentifiable body was found on the beach in Costa Rica. Moreau, who used to stay at a residence in the vicinity, had disappeared the evening before. The police concluded after no further missing persons report that the body had to be Moreau.
You must realize that we are not a terrorist group, we are researchers. We were studying the effects of cyberspace on the human mind, and Marcus Sanders, one of our top researchers, by chance found himself in a bizarre location. A virtual amusement park in a horror setting created by the twisted mind of Moreau. Sanders discovered something there about a mysterious project by the name of VST. From that moment on, strange things began to happen to us. The police refused to investigate. They denied everything. So we decided to begin defending ourselves. And we founded our little organization to investigate Genesis.
When we discovered that Genesis had taken over all Moreau's patents after his disappearance, we knew that what we had discovered about VST was much more serious than we had first thought. And so were our mysterious attackers. We'd stumbled into something big, really big. Marcus connected to cyberspace to get a hold of more information on the VST project. But alas, how much he saw we'll never know. He was hit while he was still connected, and as he died, he began to make strange gestures.
It seemed as if he were writing. I was very near him, and I heard him say, "The mirror isn't reflective." We have no idea what this means. We haven't enough to nail Genesis yet, and only Moreau and his cyberspace expertise could have given us real proof.
What mirror was Sanders talking about?
We don't know, but he was visiting that absurd virtual horror park.
Have any of you visited Moreau's amusement park?
No, only Sanders had that particular pleasure.
Why do you think Martins is involved?
Because of his links with Genesis, who sponsored him in the last elections. And besides that, Moreau was a close personal friend of his.
In addition, the police closed the file on Sanders' death. It was obvious that there was some kind of cover-up in operation. Someone was turning the screw.
Because of this, we needed Simon Ruby's support. He had evidence stolen from Genesis that we could have used to blow the whole thing wide open. So much so that the authorities couldn't just ignore the situation.
People are being rubbed out without a moment's hesitation. There's something evil and deadly about this VST project.
Damn, if they're telling the truth, Hugh owes me one hell of an explanation. So okay, your position is clear. What now?
We must follow the trail that Sanders left. We have no option but to reconnect with cyberspace and return to the amusement park.
We were hoping that you'd be prepared to lend us a hand, Mr. Reeve.
Hey, I need answers myself. Where do I start? I just gotta get Martins' angle on this story. Jesus, I can't believe Hugh has lied to me.
Good. Come this way, Mr. Reeve. It's your turn now.
Wow, this is incredible. There's a decorative spider on top of the machine. It seems to be made from flexible metal, but I can't move it with my hands. Winning combinations are 1 skull, half a credit. 2 skulls, 3 credits. 3 skulls, 50 credits. It's not working. I think it's broken. It's half a credit to play. I need to insert a coin. Presumably where the winnings come out. The bowl is empty. I wonder what it's doing here. It's an old silver half-credit coin. Jesus, God knows what else lurks in this maze. I'm not going near it. If I don't get out of here, that could well be me. Excuse me? Nah, he's suffered enough. It's a thick, prickly cloth. Seems to be made out of asbestos. The steady stream of lava is flowing from the demon's mouth. There's tremendous heat from the lava pool. I'm not touching it. It's not closed properly. It's the cable car's rotor. I guess this is where they issued tickets to go up to the castle. It's used to set the cable car going. A drawer in the ticket office. Just a packet of matches. Okay, I've got the packet. A drawer in the ticket office. There's nothing inside. A hunting trophy. Ugh, This stuff is sticky. I don't want to get stuck in here. I hate spiders almost as much as snakes. I don't want to get too close. This is used to open and close the boiler pipe. Ouch! It's red hot. There's water running through the pipes. This old boiler kicks out tremendous heat. The pressure in the boiler is very high. The spider has escaped. There's little point now. The pressure is at 0. The old boiler has been put out. No good. I've no idea how to relight it. It's what's left of the spider's web. It's very slimy and sticky. It looks like saltpeter. It's the cable car that goes to the castle. Looks kinda spooky. I can't get there from here. It's used to strike the drum and send the weight up to ring the bell. Any harder and I'd knock the bell off. By hitting the drum, the weight shoots up to ring the bell. I can't do it with my bare hands. It's one of those show your strength machines. It looks like a small metal bowl. It's out of my reach. It's what's left of the hammer. The targets move along tracks inside 2 runners. Hey, I remember the old guns that fired pellets. This one uses infrared. The puppet is protected by a thick plate of glass. No good, I can't get at it. No use. This is expensive. You need to insert 5 half-credit coins to play. You have to knock down all the targets to win the prize in the glass case. It's empty, but it still smells of popcorn. No use. Wow. That would be a waste. That would be a waste. Okay, now I can have a shot. Lady Luck must be smiling down on me today. Six silver half credits. Okay, big shot. This ought to slow down the targets. That was a cinch. I better collect my prize. It's not the best price for the sharpshooter. It's the bizarre remote-controlled puppet that I won on the shooting range. Here's hoping it stays put. This castle is falling to pieces. I'd better be careful. I'm not sure what kind of view I'll get from here. Very depressing. They're old wooden barrels. It's an old lunar sundial. It's not working. The central shaft is missing. Nothing important. It doesn't look like a wishing well. Must be a long way down. They're old wooden barrels. Nothing of interest. An old torch on its support. I had to break it off to get it. A heavy brass container. There's charcoal slack here. I'm getting dirty. It looks like it's been painted with human blood. It's from a human and there's a hole in the cranium. I've no intention of reciting Hamlet. Looks like the kind of place where sick rites are carried out. This place gives me the creeps. Some demonic form. I think I'll leave it alone. This looks like Astaroth. Looks like there are huge spiders everywhere. Forget it. I'm not going in there. Damn. Another gigantic spider. I'd hate to see the size of the flies. No way. An old shelf. Nothing interesting here. It's a small bag with papaverine written on it. Okay, I've got it. I think it's a sleeping drug you get from plants. It's a jar of sulfur. Okay, I've got it. It refers to the mirror on the wall. It says that the mirror is enveloped by the mists of the waters of the Styx. Perhaps I shouldn't have put the boiler out. It's like some mystical crystal ball. It clouds over when I look at it. Jeez, it's a long way down. I've no intention of becoming just another statistic. I think it's some kind of ancient object for studying the motion of the planets. It's an old parchment. I can barely make out what it says. It describes how to make gunpowder with saltpeter, charcoal, and sulfur. It's a book about lycanthropy. In the folklore section, it says that the way to kill a werewolf is with a silver bullet. It also says the werewolf's blood will corrode metal. Weird. It's a finely sculptured metal object. It's just under the vessel. I can stop the water jet by applying just a little pressure. A massive bronze container. A small jet of water coming from the frame. It's cold. Wait a minute. There's no reflection. This has to be the mirror that Marcus Sanders spoke of. I've no idea what to do with it. That's odd. There's a hole in the middle of the cranium. Good. I've stopped the jet of water. The skull with a hole in it is now on the tile. Wait a minute. I don't think he'll get a migraine. I've managed to wedge the torch into the skull. I've no idea what to do with it. Wait a minute. There's no... There are numbers written on the mirror. 7, 8, 4, 5. A shaft would fit here. A manuscript. Perhaps my investigation ends here. Geez, it's packed full of incomprehensible formulae. Hang on, there's something written here. Moreau. Damn. This is Vizel Moreau's diary. It says that the VST project is almost completed. That all it needs is the final checks and he could become the most famous scientist in the world. That his discovery will revolutionize our society forever. Wait though, it goes on. Unfortunately, it appears that the whole process is fundamentally flawed. It seems from new calculations that the degeneration of brain cells caused by VST would be irreversible and fatal within a few months, if not weeks. Moreau now maintains that VST cannot at present be applied to human beings. It's too dangerous. Moreau estimates that it would take at least another 2 years' research and massive investment to make the process safe and finalize the project. Alas, this is beyond his reach. With his dream fading and somewhat dejected, he finds himself having to cease his experiments. Other formulae and notes on breakthroughs. There are notes here about Hugh, and Moreau seems ecstatic. It looks as though Hugh has put him in contact with a huge conglomerate, which is prepared to finance his research, enabling further work on the project. Moreau eventually resumed his work, Genesis Cryogenetics Enterprise putting immense finance and resources at his disposal. Whilst Moreau wasn't completely clear about their commercial objectives, Genesis placed great faith in his work, and Moreau responded, happy that he could continue. Here, Hugh Martins is named as a major backer in the project, that VST was saved by Martins. Now Moreau only has to contend with the research times, which he hopes to reduce, thus delivering working technology much sooner than had been hoped. Pages and pages of feverish scribblings. Moreau's tone seems somewhat terrified at the end. He says they're all mad, that they're testing the project on humans now and have been for some time. It just isn't ready. They're using a prison island called Rocas Perdida as a research institute. It's off the coast of Mexico, and the prisoners are the guinea pigs. It's sick and insane. They must be stopped. Moreau has tried to rebel, but Martins has refused to listen to reason. The financial potential of the technology is too great. Moreau is sure his life is in danger. He says here that there's nothing he can do but try to escape and alert the authorities. He's left this diary in the hope that someone will find it if his escape bid fails. Jesus, I can't believe it. Hugh is a murderer and he's out of control. That bastard has betrayed me. But why did he ask for my help? There's a kind of journal. The address of Hugh's virtual office is underlined. It's risky, but it's the only lead I have to what's happening. I'll use the positioner.
Hello, sir. Have you got an appointment?
I need to see Hugh immediately. Please let him know I've arrived.
Your name, please. Mr. Martins isn't expecting any visitors.
Reeve. Joshua Reeve. I'm a personal friend.
Sorry, Mr. Reeve. But Mr. Martins is not in his office at the moment. However, please sit down and make yourself at home while I try and find him.
It looks extremely comfortable. Nice. Very expensive for a virtual office. Excellent design. It seems that Martins wasn't worried about cost when he created this office. What the hell? It's all virtual anyhow. It's the cyberspace entrance to this office. Not my thing. I'd prefer to leave it where it is. Chocolates covered in cocoa powder. Disgusting. Very elegant, but I wonder what these 6 symbols represent. I'm not sure she's my idea of virtual perfection. I wonder what this button is for.
Mr. Reeve, please. If you don't mind, that button is out of bounds. Don't make me call security.
There's no need to get upset. I was only curious as to how it works.
If Mr. Martin finds out that I allowed someone to use the button that opens his office door, I'll be out on my ear.
So the button opens Hugh's office door. What's in there?
Look, you're being too nosy. I can't help you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got some work to finish before he gets back.
I don't think she's interested in me. It's full of papaverine, a powerful sleeping drug. Luckily enough, papaverine is the same color as cocoa. Chocolates covered in cocoa powder. Chocolates covered in cocoa powder. She appears to be dreaming. There's an old pirate's pistol and 2 bullets in there. Okay, I've got the pistol and bullets. It's an old pirate's pistol. It isn't loaded. It's an iron bullet for the old pistol. This ancient parchment describes how to make gunpowder. Mix together saltpeter, charcoal, and sulfur. A slide projector. It's just an ordinary pie chart. A three-dimensional bar chart. It's a heavy club. Cool. It's a It's a club. It's large, heavy, and dangerous. A heavy suit of armor. This door is reinforced. It looks impenetrable. A strong metal lock. I must put the gunpowder into the pistol first. Okay, done. It's an old pirate's pistol. It isn't loaded. It's a mixture of charcoal and sulfur. It's a thick prick. It's the mildew. Okay, done. Okay, done. Okay, done. Damn, I think I overdid it. It looks a little bit like a metal bowl with a hollow in the center. Okay, it's floating. Cool. The coin is melting. Jesus, that was lucky. The ball almost fell into the ravine. Close. I almost lost it. Okay, now I've got a silver bullet. Damn, it didn't work. Okay. Okay, done. Take that, Wolfman. I kicked his virtual ass. Sorry, but there are too many werewolves in town. The lid is airtight. It's full of foul-smelling werewolf's blood. Jesus, it really burns. Don't know who it could be. There's quite an incredible virtual vista outside. Forget it, it's not real. I'm not an art expert. It looks like Hugh's handwriting. It's a memo, 3:30 p.m., dentist appointment. Hugh certainly considers himself very grand. There's just this one drawer in the whole desk. Okay, I only found a slide. It's the one I found in Hugh's office. Interesting, strange red signs in 6 blue boxes. I wonder what it means. Very elegant, but I wonder what these 6 symbols represent. I'm sure Hugh will have important files here. Let's see what I can find on here. Ah, here we are. Some email between Martins and the head of Genesis. Martin says he's wiped one of the researchers belonging to the group who has discovered information about VST. To eliminate risk, Hugh also arranged for this guy's brother to suffer a similar fate. Jesus, this isn't the end, there's more. Let's look at another email. Martins is covering up another strategic elimination, but he fears the researchers have realized they're being tracked and are attempting to organize some kind of resistance factor. Ha, so Eva and Al were straight up. It is Martins all along. In another mail, Martins apologizes for the problems and financial loss that the rebels are causing Genesis, but assures that the trouble will be dealt with very shortly. Another mail mentions that Simon Ruby, one of his best agents, has managed to infiltrate them, and that before very long, the problem will be resolved once and for all. Ruby has succeeded in providing the coordinates for the secret base. The terrorists are done for. It's absurd. This is Martins' report on the blitz on Al's base. The worm is complaining that some of the rebels got away. He says Simon lost his life in the attack as well, but he harbors no regret. After all, it's one witness less. Moreover, Martin seems satisfied he's managed to destroy most of their equipment. and believes they no longer have a safe place from which to direct their plot against Genesis. As far as he's concerned, their defeat is only a matter of days away and their threat minimized. Damn, I'm mentioned in this one. That for safety's sake, he's contacted an agent with whom he worked in the services, a guy named Reeve. That I'd do as he asked because I'm convinced I owe my life to him. What? He says I'd lay my life down to repay the debt. But wonders how I'd react if I knew that saving my life was a fluke, a pure accident. If the plane I was flying hadn't been laden with drugs, he would have let me burn in hell. Drugs? The bastard, he's using me. Martins is apparently expecting a report from me at any time. He's sure to learn where the terrorists are hiding. Going on to say that he'll be at the Rockers Perdita all day tomorrow. He'll monitor the finalization of the experiments personally, since that old fool Moreau is increasingly reluctant to carry on. Rockers Perdita. So that's where you're hiding.
Well?
I found Moreau's diary.
Good. What did it contain?
Well, put it this way. All your suspicions were well-founded. I've also found the address of Martins' virtual office. I've been investigating him as well. Also, I have reason to believe that Moreau is still alive. Martins is behind the murders which have decimated your group. And he's also heavily involved in the whole VST affair. Everything that's happened to date is part of his and Genesis' twisted plans.
This nails him forever. We've got him.
Not quite, Eva. All I found are files in a virtual world. Martins and Genesis can still get away with it. We haven't enough proof yet.
Joshua's right, Eva. We need better evidence.
Well, the time has come to get that proof. People are paying for this VST madness with their lives. We have to get to the island base where Martins is hiding.
Sorry I doubted you, Reeve. What's our next move?
We must get to the prison of Rockers Perdita off the coast of Mexico. That's where they're holding Professor Moreau and carrying out their barbaric experiments.
Okay, Eva. You go with Joshua and prepare the shuttle for the trip. Meanwhile, I'll work on a map of the prison from our limited databases. We'll meet on board. It seems that the prison is subdivided into sections. One of these, C, could be reached by going through an old pipeline to the east of the island. Eva and I will try to get into Section B. You try the pipeline into Section C. Our way is blocked by a high-power security fence, which surrounds the prison complex. Once you've got in, you'll have to find a way of shutting it down. You'll need to use a parallel cutter, an instrument which simulates the voltage passing through the cable to which it's attached. It only works for a few seconds, but it's our only hope. We'll need to keep in touch with these wrist comms. All clear?
As a bell.
I know we need to find Professor Moreau. But shouldn't we work out an escape plan in case something goes wrong?
If anything goes wrong, there'll be no point in running. Just start shooting. It's the transport I used to get here. This stream is marked on Al Pryke's map. According to the map, I need to follow it upstream to get to the entrance of the main conduit. The turtle's tracks start from here. It's laid some eggs. No, I've already got one. They're tracks left by a turtle. The turtle's tracks head out towards the ocean. It's the prison's perimeter fencing. It's very big, a good place for cover. Security is very tight here. I'd better not risk being seen. Basically, it says that the fence is protected by 100,000 volts. I've no intention of frying tonight. Strange place for a snake to call home. I can't do anything from here. It's a shallow pond with a few rocks in it. I've no intention of wading in. I've got to open the grating to get into the conduit. Damn, the pond is full of piranhas. The grating is locked with a strong padlock. I can't get near it. The pond is full of piranhas. It's difficult to get close. There are piranhas in the pond. Eat it, Buster. Jesus, I can't believe some of the stuff I have to do. I have to be careful not to slip. The conduit goes uphill and it's hard to grip. Damn, the laser charger's exhausted. It's the pipeline I crawled up. It leads to the beach and the piranhas. I'd rather not. I know what's waiting at the bottom. The grating had to be cut with a laser to enable me to get in. It's now closed, but the slightest knock will open it again. Towels and sheets. A pile of clean sheets. It's a box of soap powder. just dirty linen. The bucket is full of water. The machine's drum is empty. This machine is not in use. No point starting an empty machine. It's a huge industrial washing machine. I can't. It's in mid-cycle. A trolley full of dirty linen. Nothing of interest, only a plastic jar. The shelf is empty. It's closed, and I'm sure that's where I need to go. It was difficult enough climbing up the conduit when it was dry. Now it's wet and soapy. It'll be impossible.
What's that noise? What the hell's going on?
The stupid guard left the keys in the door when he opened it. It's a metal panel closed with 2 screws. It's not the right one. Only telephone wires go through here. Very basic, not even a drawer. An empty bottle of bourbon, more's the pity. No point, some sucker already finished it. It's a porno mag. These guards must get bored down here. No thanks, I prefer the real thing. It's the latest generation of audio-video recorders. Okay, got it. Looks very comfortable. Damn, it's barred. No way through. There's no way through. It's empty, and there's only rubbish in that big cardboard box up there. It's barred by a strong iron grill. It's impossible to get through. I can see the deserted courtyard inside the prison. A metal panel that's locked with 2 screws. It needs some sort of tool to open it. Nice babe. Kind of brightens things up around here. It's full of garbage. Damn. There are 3 identical cables in here. You hear me, Al?
I hear you, Joshua.
We've got a problem.
Another? Great.
I managed to open the panel and there are 3 cables. We've got a problem. I'm not sure which is the correct one to cut.
We have to be sure. We can't risk the parallel cutter. We've only got one. And if you mess up, me and Eva are toast.
So what do you suggest?
You simply have to find a way of identifying the right cable. We'll just sit tight until you're ready to proceed.
Okay, I'll get back to you. Inside are 3 electrical cables. Pictures of either the guards or the prisoners. Whichever. They're ugly, sons of bitches. Nah, this ain't one for the family album. It controls the door. I need the right code for it. It's the device I need to use on the cable for the wire fencing. It should stop the flow of current for a while. It's a note about guard shifts. According to this, there's just one guy on duty. I'm in luck. It doesn't appear to be working. A very strong iron door. The other room is empty. The coat could do with a bit of a wash. A thermometer and some dental floss. It's a box of wax dental floss. It's a standard medical thermometer. Heavy-duty reinforced bars. There's no way through. It looks like gas. Maybe it's ether, used to put patients under. It's the strong point as far as the furnishing's concerned. It won't move. Looks like an assortment of medicines in there. I can't quite reach them. An uncomfortable, flea-infested camp bed. No chance. Not my idea of a good night's rest. There's an iron grill here. The wind is blowing across the prison towards the isolation cells. Surprisingly not plastic. They're blowing in the breeze. According to the map, this must be the window of the first isolation cell. According to the map, this must be the window of the second cell. A very strong iron door. Damn, it's locked. It's empty. Nice family album stuff. Must be the guards' wives. By opening the window, I can just see into the cell. There's no one there. It's the door to isolation cell number 1. It's the doorway to isolation cell number 2. Jesus, who the hell are you?
A worthless soul. I used to be a brilliant scientist. Now I'm shot. Worthless.
Hey, wait a minute. Are you Vizel Moreau?
Yes, and you are?
Oh, it's a long story. But you only need to know that I'm here to get you out safely.
Out? To where? There's only the ocean outside. The physical torture is bad enough. Please, don't start with mental torture. I know you people are trying to get me to break down, but I refuse to willingly join in with your sick games.
You've got it wrong, Professor. My name is Reeve. I'm working with an organization that wants to blow Genesis and its sick plans into the open. I know something about the VST project too, but not much at this stage.
How come you know about all this?
Your diary, Professor. I found it in the virtual amusement park.
My diary? Very well. I'll do what I can to help, but I'm afraid I can't offer much.
Some colleagues are waiting for me. To find a way through to Section B. Once we've regrouped, we'll be able to get you out.
Oh, I'm touched by your resolve, but there's a fence with 100,000 volts running through it, completely surrounding the prison. It's absolutely impossible to get in, and even more so to get out.
I agree that it's an interesting problem. Just cooperate and we'll get you out of here. How the hell can we get the keys to your cell door?
The prison governor has them. He usually carries them with him. And when he doesn't, I presume he keeps them in his office in Section B. You can get to it by going through the door directly behind you. I believe that there's some sort of numeric code required to open it.
Does the governor often visit your cell?
Every morning. He takes me to the lab and waits until I've finished carrying out the experiments. Then he brings me back to the cell when I'm done. I'm never left alone, at least not for long.
Who is the governor?
I've no idea, but he's one sick puppy. His twisted mind takes pleasure from the horrific experiments I'm forced to carry out. The worse their pain, the more pleasure he gets. I've seen him writing weird stuff on the lab blackboard, too.
Where's the laboratory?
It's behind a security-coded door in the guardroom, opposite the laundry.
Any clues about the security code?
No, but each key on the pad makes a specific tone. The governor always opens it in my presence. I never actually see what he's doing, but I can hear the tones of the keypad clearly enough. And they obviously don't change it very often. I know the tone sequence by heart.
Do you know the sequence for the door behind me?
Sorry, I've never seen it or heard it be opened.
Don't forget, Professor. Keep calm.
That's easy for you to say.
Al, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
I found Vizel Moreau.
Is he with you?
No, I can't get him out of his cell without the keys.
The plan to enter Section B is in tatters. There seems no way in. The security is too tight. What about that pipeline you used to get in?
No use. I had to use it to give one of the guards the slip. The only way of getting the cell keys is by going through Sector B. Moreau says that the governor's office is around there and that the keys are there. Once we have them, we only have to open the door which separates Block C from B. One of the doors is coded, and we believe the governor's is too.
Okay, we'll stick to the original plan. It's tricky, so be as quick as you can.
Cool it. I'm going as fast as I can. I haven't got the right card. This door doesn't have a lock. It's no use. It controls the door. I need the right code for it. Cool. I've got the audio visuals of the key panel on film. Here, Professor. I managed to record the sounds of all the keys on the keypad on the security door.
Yes, very good. Let's listen to it once more. 446677.
Nice one, Professor. I'll check it out. Great. It worked. Thank God Moreau was alive. Sketched formulae and calculations. It's obviously ciphered math stuff. It's a sophisticated induction tool. It's a sophisticated induction tool. Jesus, I wonder what they contain. Probably something deadly. Okay, done. There are traces of blood on the slide. Better not risk infection. Latex surgical gloves. The computer is interfaced to all the sensors on the couch. It must be used in the experiments or torture. The computer is in... Jesus, these people are butchers. They look like they contain very powerful drugs. I must find the right wire first. $220 volts. 220 volts. 100,000 volts. Al, you receiving?
Copy that, Joshua. What's new?
Well, I'm ready to cut the current on the security fencing.
Fantastic. We're ready. Just give us the all clear when it's down.
Okay. Careful, though. You won't have long to get past the net. I'll only be able to take it down for a short while before they restore power.
Fine. On your signal, we'll run for it.
Okay. Now!
Joshua, we're through. We made it.
Great. Anyone see you?
There was a guard nearby, but we don't think he saw us. We're going inside the prison. All clear. We've crossed into the canteen and kitchen. We're into the corridor, which leads to Sector C. There's a sliding door right at the end. It must be the coded one you mentioned.
Al, Moreau thinks the governor's office is around there somewhere.
There are 2 doors, Joshua. We'll try the first door. Okay. We're inside the first room. It's empty. It's an office, but it's deserted. We're wasting time here. We'll try the other door. This has to be it, Joshua. There's no doubt. This is the governor's office.
Great. Grab anything useful and get out quick.
There's a satellite communication system here. Eva's found some kind of code and a set of keys.
Well, well. To what do we owe the pleasure of your company?
Martins, you murdering bastard. You won't get away with it.
And who's going to stop me, you naive fool? You?
No, Al! Martins, you bastard!
Governor, call the guards. We're sealing this place. No one else must enter or leave.
Yes, sir. What about the woman?
Lock her up, but place an armed guard outside. I'm not taking any risks.
You got it.
I'll take great pleasure in interrogating her later. But first, get on the SAT system and call for reinforcements from Genesis.
As you wish, sir. Guard, remove that body from my office floor. Yes, sir.
Now they look like 2 balloons. Okay, done. It's too awkward to speak to the professor from here. Eva, can you hear me?
Joshua?
Yes.
Joshua! Al, he's...
I know. Sorry. I heard everything. Martins will pay with his life.
It's over, Joshua. Al is dead, and I'm stuck in here. Don't worry about me. Try and save yourself. Get out while you can.
Relax. All is not lost, Eva. If we manage to get the professor out, they're screwed. He's exactly what we need to expose Genesis.
I found something that I think might be some sort of code. But I can't get it to you from here. I can't risk losing it through the window.
You can pass me the code through your cell door.
It's no good. There's a guard right outside.
Can't you deal with him?
They've taken my gun. I've nothing to use. Face it, Joshua. I'm dead meat.
I'll try and get something to you. As soon as I'm ready, I'll signal.
Joshua, I implore you to get out while you can. They're sure to find you soon.
Okay, done. Okay, done. Eva, can you hear me?
Yes, Joshua. What is it?
I've got something that might just work. It's a poisonous syringe. Inject the guard with it and the game's over. All you need to do is to get him close to the door panel.
It's very risky. If I fail...
Look, we have no other option and time is short. Don't worry. Just be ready to grab the wire that will pass your cell window.
Okay, Joshua. Ready as I'll ever be. Guard! Guard!
What's the problem, baby? Room service not up to scratch?
Look, I've been thinking. I'll cooperate. I don't want to die. I've got the location of the Rebels base written here. Can you take it to Martins before he decides my time is up?
I think Martins was looking forward to interrogating you personally. Then you'll know what pain is.
Look, please, help me. Martins might reward you if you tell him that it was you who persuaded me to cooperate. Please, what have you got to lose? I'll do anything.
Anything? Okay. Let me have a look at the note first. Then we'll discuss your forfeit. What have you done?
You'll find out soon enough, you gullible bastard!
I can't.
Joshua! I've done it! He's collapsed! I think he's dead!
Cool. I'm coming in.
Hurry! The others might have heard the commotion.
A very strong... Damn, it's locked. He's received his bonus. No cell keys, but at least I'm tooled up again. Eva, the code, at once.
Here it is. It was in the governor's desk.
I've seen these symbols somewhere before. Whatever the code, it's not going to be easy to decipher it. Good job, I'm a hotshot. It seems low on power. It's the governor's code that Eva found.
Joshua! How the hell did you manage to get in here?
The game's up, Hugh. You've screwed me around once too often.
You're crazy. What are you talking about?
Cut that crap, Hugh. Innocents have been killed. The murdering stops here. I know all about VST.
Jesus, I've invested a fortune in this. If it hadn't been for that idiot Moreau and his lack of balls, VST would be operational by now and I'd be a very rich man.
You're insane, Martins. VST is flawed, and you know it.
Look, Joshua, I know how this must seem to you, but you're wrong. What if I was to swing it so that you got a nice little slice yourself, huh? What about 20%? It's a considerably large cake, my friend.
I'm not hungry.
Jesus H. Christ, Joshua! I saved your life, remember? You can't do this to me. You owe me.
Cut that crap, Hugh. That bird was drug running. It was the cargo that was important, not me. For all those years, your sick mind had a hold on me, but no more. The only thing I owe you, old friend, is a bullet.
Look, Reeve, I'll give you 30%. Well, 40 if you want.
30 or 40 is what they'll give you if you're a good boy. The game's up, Hugh. You can shove your blood money, Martins.
Joshua, you did it!
There's no time to lose. Go to the governor's office and use the communication system before it's too late. Martin's called for reinforcements, and it won't be long before this place is crawling with Genesis men.
And as soon as we get the facts out in the open, they'll scatter, like the cowards they are.
Go. I'll get Moreau and join you.
This is Katrina LaPlante with the news at 7. Just in, Union City Governor Hugh Martins was arrested earlier this morning following allegations of his involvement in an underground research project involving human experimentation. This project is alleged to have involved human fatalities, Martins is now in custody awaiting trial, and an urgent inquiry into his company, Genesis, is now underway. We cross now to Rockus Perdita, where Martins is being held.
Welcome to Rockus Perdita, where police are still searching for the man who is responsible for bringing Martins to justice. A man to whom much is owed.
Maybe I'll call Eva when the dust has settled. But right now, I need some sleep.